Hey, what's up everybody, this is Jeff with Slayers Gaming, and today we're going to be taking a look at some 2v2 ranked arenas that I queued earlier today. And in my previous videos, I know we've been talking all about, best Death Knight builds in PvP. And today I decided to basically test them out so you guys can kind of see how I use them. So in these next two matches, I'm going to be using, the Unholy Frenzy build, which I talked about, and then also the Client Shadows build. And surprisingly, both specs are really strong right now, and that's mostly because Unholy is pretty much really strong right now. I wouldn't say it's overpowered. I just would definitely say it's just pretty strong. But let's go ahead and get to those matches, and then I'm gonna go ahead and commentate them for you. Alright guys, so this is Resto Shaman Unholy versus Arms Warrior Resto Shaman, and this is a comp that I was hoping I would not see today. This is actually the first match of the day, and oh my god, as soon as I saw this is what I was going to face, I was just like, ugh, because this comp is just so annoying. It's actually really hard for me as Unholy, especially with the Warrior, just trains me into the ground. So like I said at the start of the video, I'm using a Unholy Frenzy Dark Arbiter build. And with this build, it's all about casting a ton of Necrotic Strikes and a ton of Death Coils. You really don't use Scourge Strike with this build that much, because I find that it's kind of a waste of a rune, and Scourge Strike just hits like a wet noodle. And I'd rather use Necrotic Strike anyway because of the really awesome heal and absorb. But I found that in this match, Dark Arbiter didn't actually do anything because the Shaman was pretty much pillar humping the entire time, so I didn't really get to cast a good Dark Arbiter where he's out in the open. But here this Warrior sees that I do a lot of damage, so he pretty much stops training my Shaman and decides to train me instead. And this is pretty much where, facing this comp as a Death Knight can get kind of annoying, because, Arms Warriors, they just have so much utility. Like, I get so envious sometimes. But here, I noticed that this Warrior is pretty much chunking my health, and I don't know if he's just doing so much damage or if my Resto Shaman just isn't using his cooldowns. Now keep in mind guys that this Resto Shaman I'm queuing with is basically from looking for the group, so I don't know him. So I don't know what he's capable of. So I pretty much just retreat. But then this Shaman decides to just come back into the Lion's Den, and that was just a bad call on his part, because Apocalypse is coming up and I use it immediately on him. And then once again I just start casting Death Coils and Necrotic Strikes. I'm just spamming those buttons on this guy, and as you can see, like, this Unholy Frenzy build just does so much freaking damage. The damage output is just ridiculous, man. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, just me watching this video, I think it's really amazing how far Unholy has come from when I was doing twos season 1 compared to season 4. It's like night and day. Like, Unholy damage is just so good right now, and I'm really happy about that. So that's Unholy DK Resto Shaman versus Arms Warrior Resto Shaman. Alright guys, so this is Unholy DK Resto Shaman versus Arms Warrior Demon Hunter, and this matchup is equally as annoying as Resto Shaman Arms Warrior. I think on a different level though, because Demon Hunter and Resto Druid can pretty much kite a Death Knight pretty well. So here I'm going with Client Shadows build with Dark Arbiter, and I'm also using the extra pet. And pretty much in matchups like this, all I do is just put my pets on the Resto Druid so that they're stacking Festering Wounds, and then I just go on the DPS unless I see a really good opening. Then I'll go on Druid. But here finally I corner this Resto Druid and I immediately start to burst him down with Apocalypse and Dark Arbiter, and he stuns me and blinks out right away, and pretty much can't catch him. So then, but my pets are still on him though, so they're still doing a lot of damage. And then I just hit the Demon Hunter. Pretty much setups like this, guys, you want to hit whatever you can hit. Like, just want to make sure you're constantly doing damage and that you have your Festering Wounds up on both targets so that they're taking damage from our honor talent. So here I just stick on the Resto Druid most of the match. Especially on this map, it's pretty good for us because it's pretty big, and I'm running Client Shadow, so he can't really kite me too much. And then I have the extra pet who's doing extra damage as well. So here I pretty much just stick on him, and as you can see, it's a really annoying setup. Like, especially Demon Hunters, they do so much damage now. Now that their nerfs got reversed a little bit. So here I see this Resto Druid out in the open a little bit. I swap on him and pretty much stack Necrotic Strikes and spam Client Shadows. I don't really use Death Coil too much with this build because you really don't have it's not like the Unholy Frenzy build where you have a lot of free Death Coil procs. This one is all about just doing consistent damage mostly. So here this Demon Hunter goes into meta and pretty much just hit him as much as I can. And for the most part, I mean, I just feel like this setup, like our setup, Resto Shaman, Unholy DK counters Resto Druid, Demon Hunter pretty hard, because Resto Shamans right now are just really amazing. Like, if you really think about it, Resto Shamans have like an interrupt, they can purge. I mean, they pretty much have everything right now. I think that's why they're the best heals to team up with now. In previous seasons, it was always, I would always team up with like a Resto Druid or a Mistweaver, but now I definitely am liking Resto Shaman a little bit more, especially because that interrupt really helps me out to get kills on healers. So here this Druid is pretty much just starts to panic a little bit. My Shaman is just chasing him around, and we're both wearing these guys down with you know, festering wounds and dots and, you know, diseases and pets and everything. So it's only a matter of time before we win. And even if this Druid is kiting me, my pets are doing a lot of damage to him. So here this Demon Hunter starts to get really low, and I see that, so I enrage my pet, put him on the Druid, and then I stun the Druid, and then right here I'm trying to score a kill on one of these two, but I can't really get a clean burst off of on the Druid, so eventually I just settle for the Demon Hunter, and he goes into meta, but it's pretty much too late. And I have all my pets out now, and once they explode, it's pretty much GG. And that's Resto Shaman Unholy DK versus Resto Druid Demon Hunter. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you like, subscribe, share. I would definitely appreciate it. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.